this is Rick with yet another great tip. Today's tip is so big, so overwhelming that most people don't take the time to make it happen. We're going to be covering government contracts, how to get them, how to qualify for them, and what steps that you have to go through, my friend. So, I gotta take you over to my computer. Here we go. Come on. Okay, first of all, I need to explain one thing too. I have never personally had 8A status from the U.S. government and most likely never will. But I have looked into it a great deal and I want to show you everything that I know about it and where to go to get all the information that you need. Alright, the way I see it, there's realistically only two ways to get government contracts for vending for the average person that is not big and established in vending. Number one, A, is to get involved with the folks with the blindmerchants.org, either through having a blind silent partner or another one of their vending programs, or B, the National Federation of the Blind. Both are involved with the Randolph-Shepard Act. Both have systems in place already, so why reinvent the wheel? Or number two is get Section 8A status. What is Section 8A and why bother with it? Well, let's go to the Minority Business Development Authority.gov website and we'll learn a little bit more about it. The Section 8A Business Development Program is authorized to provide a vehicle through which the federal agencies must make prime contract awards to small businesses owned and controlled by individuals certified as socially and economically disadvantaged. Federal agencies are authorized and it is mandatory to set aside specific contracts limited to 8A participants. The sole source awards may be made to participants where the dollar value does not exceed $5 million for manufacturing and $3 million for all others. To qualify for the program, a small business must be certified by the Small Business Administration. By law, certain groups may be presumed to be socially disadvantaged. The legislation specifically refers to the likelihood that African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Pacific Americans, and Native Americans are there. Other individuals can be admitted to the program if they can show that they are disadvantaged because of race, ethnicity, gender, physical handicap, or residence in an environment that is isolated from mainstream of American society. They used to call it Women-Owned and Minority Business Certification. In order to meet the economic disadvantage test and get 8A status, there are certain requirements. Number one, at least 51% needs to be owned by a woman or minority applicant as described. Number two, you have to be in business for 2 years. Number three, you cannot be a criminal. Number four, you have to display a reasonable potential for success. In researching this, I have found where it is mandatory that 5 to 10% of all contracts go to 8A qualified businesses. Did you hear me? I said 5 to 10% of all government contracts have to be awarded to 8A status businesses. This is a non-competitive government contract is what we're talking about here. Hey, I want to point out something to you that you might not already know. I didn't until recently. By going to google.com, at the end, if you put in /IG/USGOV, your Google search engine turns into a government database search engine. This is where you can go to get all the information on grants, the Randolph-Shepard Act, Section 8A, and everything else you could ever want to know about the U.S. government. I'll show you what I mean, and we'll see what comes up when we type in the Randolph-Shepard Act. You get all the government sites. Here's a site with a little background of why the Randolph-Shepard Act came about, what it's for, and how it works. Alright, let's go back. I want to show you something else. By using this, you have the opportunity to search all government sites as well as the rest of the web. Now let's do the same search on the web. Here's a site with the information and background on the Randolph-Shepard Act and the Javits-Wagner-O'Day Act reform. I already checked it out. It's great. Let's scroll down a little further. Hey, looky here, the blindmerchants.org. We already covered that, and we went into great deal in another tip, so we're not going to go into a great deal here. Okay, we'll end that search for now and go back and search for 8A. We'll choose the SBA website and look at the 8A qualifications. Here you will see a list of quick links. We'll just go down to the FAQs and see for ourselves. As you can see, this gives general instructions as well as links where to go to get help. I know that the Small Business Administration also has a mentoring program for you to get help in getting the Section 8A status for your business. As you can see, it goes through the basic requirements: who is considered to be disadvantaged, the 2-year requirement, you need to show your business tax returns for 2 years or fill out a waiver. But what a hassle. It appears to be so much easier just to get started in the vending business and work toward this in 2 years. Goes through the registration process. It also covers getting registered with the CCR, that is the Central Contractors Registry, and the GLS, that is SBA's General Login System. You will need to get an EIN number and a DUNS number that we already covered. Also, there is a restriction that you cannot have been arrested without filing another form. It says, applicants for the 8A Business Development Program that have been arrested, charged, or convicted of an offense other than a minor traffic violation must complete SBA Form 912. Also, the FAQs explains the process of appealing if you are turned down. Very valuable. And also, I know one thing, you probably will be turned down unless you're seeking all of the help that the SBA has to offer in preparing your business for 8A certification. Let's go back and look at the 8A directory. Let's scroll down and see if we can find vending. Look at the hundreds of classifications. There's vending. Look, there's 2. That's right, only 2 businesses have already gone through the 8A process and have 8A certification now in vending. If you are considering this, may I suggest getting all of the help that the SBA has to offer. Because with not, you'll probably submit your application, it'll get turned down, you will get discouraged, and all of your time in pursuing this will be wasted. So there you go. A government contract can be the only thing that you need to make it big in the vending business. This is Rick signing off for today. Go out and make it a great day.